I'd like to explore how personalization in ABM has evolved with marketing automation. In the past, ABM tended to rely a lot on manual outreach, right? But today, automation tools have changed the game considerably. So let's discuss how this has impacted the way companies identify target accounts, deliver personalized messages, and measure campaign effectiveness.
Yeah, well, I will just say it's been a game changer from the past 5, 6 years. I'll start with Red Hat. I've used 6sense at my last several companies, and highly recommend all of those intent engines. There's several very, very effective platforms out there to consider. But when you use intent and propensity modeling, and now with AI, it's even better and more capable. But when you use those in concert, you can become very, very targeted, very bespoke in your messaging, and really, very importantly, incredibly efficient. Because if you are targeting a cohort of accounts using the right message at the right time, i.e. they're raising their hands, signaling, I'm in market, I'm looking, I'm considering, your entire set of resources, your marketing budget, your MDR, SDR teams, your sales force can really focus their energy and their efforts on those accounts that are most likely to convert and buy, and that's nirvana for B2B marketers. And I think in the absence of those tools, again, you go back to that sort of concept of net fishing. You run a bunch of tactics, you're out in market with a bunch of messages, and it's kind of leaving it up to luck if you're actually going to show a really strong conversion rate. And I'll give you a very tangible, quick example. When I was leading the demand team at Red Hat, we partnered with our marketing operations colleagues and stood up a pilot for 6sense. And it was our first foray into really using intent. We partnered that effort with an internally developed propensity model, which for Red Hat was very important because we had large concentrations of customers with only one product or maybe 1 to 2 products. So really cross-selling effectively over the portfolio was a key growth strategy for us at that time. And we really used those two things in concert to drive much more efficient demand marketing and higher conversion rates, to the point where what was being passed to our MDR teams for nurture and then on to sales, the productivity of the pilot team members in the MDR teams increased by 75%. And that's a very, very large number if you start to expand that over the existing pipeline and the existing MDR function. So it was a great, great success for us there. Not all companies have that kind of sort of view of what their pipeline expectations are. Again, going back to net new versus existing customer contribution. But either scenario, whether you're really focused on net new or you're really doing a blended approach for pipeline contribution, it can be game changing. And I would highly recommend that as soon as you have the internal capabilities to do so, that you go out and thoughtfully select the right tools and deploy them. Because most importantly, when you do that well, it creates an exceptionally better customer experience. Who, as a prospect, doesn't want to see a message from a trusted vendor that is very salient to what they're trying to do, what problem they're trying to solve? That's helpful. That engenders a much more positive relationship and response than just throwing random messages and hoping one of them resonates.